Hello and welcome to update number 7 for my Pan That slash those palette slash eyeshadows. I just put both eyeshadow projects in the same video. We can get started with my Pan That palette, okay? So I made my own Pan That palette. I just took some depotted ColourPop shadows and put them in this old brown sugar container. Sorry, my cat's running around. That's Kovu. And yeah, this is what my Pan That palette is looking like right now. I have ColourPop shot. What the hell? I write weird with my I write very weird with my pen. So it's like kind of like that. And my pinky drags across the paper as the ink is going. And yeah, that's what that is. Anyways, so this is my Pan That palette right now. The ColourPop shadows in here are from the Chasing Rainbows, Sweet Talk, and one from Brown Sugar. And this is my Pan That palette. Here you go. I'll put up the number tallies, how much I used it. And if you can tell, I have a new pan and I just got it today. That's part of why I'm filming today, is because I told myself I wanted to hit pan on Eclipse before I film the update. And I have it in my look today. I'm trying Halo Eyes and I tried a little bit of Eclipse in the center of this mauve halo eye. The other shadows are from the Kaleidos Flower Punk palette. The main thing with Eclipse that I've been struggling with is incorporating it into looks that I like more. So I'm more of a colorful person, and this shadow I've always liked in more neutral looks. So I did 1 or 2 neutral looks using Eclipse. I used it 5 times and I hit pan today, which is July 27th. We'll see when I edit this and get it up. And it took 15 uses in total. This look today I do enjoy. It's a softer, colorful look. And because I am filming this update a little bit early for me and I didn't do as much makeup as I'm used to, I didn't get any usage on Melody and ICYMI. I thought I would do a lot more pink looks this past month, but I just didn't. I did do one that I think is really gorgeous and I used this shadow and I believe that one, but really not as much use as I expected in the pink department. And that's partially because of the shadows in my Pan Those eyeshadows. So we will talk about those. But proud of myself for hitting pan today on Eclipse. Thank you. I'm making some progress in my Pan That palette. I do have a goal for next month. I do want to hit pan on Meadow finally. That's going to take quite a bit amount of use still on this one, but I think I could do it. So let's see if I hit pan on Meadow. I don't know why I just realized this. I have 6 pans in my 9-pan palette, so that's pretty good. Especially since I'm about to finish this one, I might have to repress Wiggles over here to be able to finish it all up. But I'm okay with doing that. That is my Pan That palette. So now we can move on to my Pan Those eyeshadows. I always go from my least used to my most used eyeshadows. So we will begin with Kuba from the Tribe, the Juvia's Place, the Tribe palette. Oh, it's a mess. I forgot to clean it. I told myself I would clean it. You can see this mess up here and Kuba right there. No pan. But there is more of a dip, right? You see it? There's like that big chunk of hard pan, but also the dip right next to it happening. So I used Kuba 4 times. I used it in rainbow looks, in a green look, and I used it as a nail polish, which it was really beautiful as a nail polish. And that's why this top is so dirty, is because I had my hands resting on the top as I brushed the Kuba powder onto my fingernails. And it was gorgeous. I loved it as a nail polish. I'll probably do that again. 4 uses, not the best. Still happy that I am getting more use on it. I got the NYX glitter glue like I said, and it does help but there still is like risk of fallout sometimes. I'm still getting used to the glare glue, and that's okay. So Kuba is still in my project. Probably will be for a few more months, we'll see. The next shadow I'm going to talk about is my shadow Sunkissed in the Orangey Glad palette by ColourPop. And I used it 4 times and still no pan. This is one of those long haul shadows. There is a really good dip happening. You can see the pan over here, though, with how much I have to go still. There's still so much that I have to use up in order to hit that pan. It is a beautiful shadow. This one I also use in rainbow looks pretty frequently. I finally did a Halloween inspired look, and this was featured in that. I want to start telling you all the total uses on eyeshadows that I haven't hit pan on yet. And so for Kuba, I used it 4 times this past month, but 8 times in total. So still got a good amount of uses I need to do to hit pan on that. For Sunkissed, I used it 4 times this past month, but 14 times in total. So this one, I believe it took me 30 or 40-ish uses to hit pan on. So that's what I mean where it's going to take me a really long time to hit pan on Sunkissed. And these are Kuba up here and Sunkissed right there. Again, gorgeous colors. They look so fun together. The next shadow that I use the least is from my Lunar Beauty Strawberry Dream palette, and that is Horizon up here. I used it 5 times this past month. You see no pan, but a good dip. And I used it 12 times in total in this project. This is the 2nd month it's been in my project, and I get to have it for another month. I love this palette, you know. Horizon was great to use in green looks, in those rainbow looks, and it's just gorgeous. It's very opaque. As soon as you put that brush into the eyeshadow and on your lid, it is high impact, so you don't need a lot of this shadow, and that is why I'm going so slow on this. But still thankful for that dip. I have used it a lot before this project, so thankful for that as well. Here is Horizon on my hand right now. It is beautiful. So this will stay longer in my project, and I'm very happy for that. So far, no new roll-ins. But I promise you there's one, okay? So Celestial Storm by Dominique Cosmetics is next. This shadow in here just rolled in last month, and that is Stargaze right there. No new pan, but you can see a lot is going on, right? This shadow is not my favorite in this palette at all. It's pretty much my least favorite for sure, but we're getting use out of it. One of my favorite looks I did do this last month was with Stargaze and Sunkissed, and quite a few shadows from this palette. So I used the blues in here, I believe, and this shadow in. So I think I used all of the blues in this palette. I definitely used this as the eyeliner. So definitely that one and that in the inner corner. And I used Stargaze just as a shimmer, like a dark shimmer in the look, and Sunkissed in the crease. Let me swatch Stargaze, but it takes so much. Okay, so it's loaded up, and look. All right, is that good? It's kind of built up now, but let me do it a 3rd time. Okay, that's what you get when you aggressively go into the shadow 3 times and swatch it. So you can build it up, but it's really not, it's really difficult to build it up on your eyelid where you can't like press really hard on your eyelid. I've been using the glitter glue with this one as well, and that's been good. But this one doesn't shine as beautifully as Kuba on the first go, you know? So that's a bummer, but the fallout of Stargaze is easier to wipe away than Kuba, so it's like a give and take. What do you want more? Do you want fallout that's easier to wipe away, or do you want high impact color immediately. I love so many of the other shadows in this palette, and it's a bummer that that's in my project, but it's also good. I love to be challenged. That's totally fine with me. This will still be in my project. Stargaze I used 5 times last month. I think I said that, and it rolled in last month, so that's the total amount of uses that I have on it. Amethyst Awe, which is in my Morphe Such a Gem palette. Yep, there it is. Look at all the disturbance. I'm getting so much use out of it. I used it as an eyeliner like 4 times this past month. Let me make sure. Yeah, I used it 5 times in total last month, and I think I used it 4 times as an eyeliner. It's getting a lot of use. It's just the eyeliner is not enough to hit pan on it fast enough for some reason. Usually I'll do an eyeliner hoping that it'll help me hit pan much faster, and it's probably doing that for Amethyst Awe, but it's slow going still. 5 times this last month I've used it, and 12 times in total in this project. I would love to be done with this soon. It works fine as an eyeliner, but really not that great as just a regular shadow to put on your lid. You have to build it up a lot. I don't like the way it looks. I attempted again with Eclipse, which is on my eyes right now. I've been trying to pair it in more colorful ways. I tried to do something with Eclipse and Amethyst Awe. I didn't like the way it looked, and that's because it's so hard to build up the color on this one. But when you use it as an eyeliner, you're able to build it up pretty well. That's the swatch when I first did an aggressive swatch and put it on. So let me see if I can do it again and get a better swatch. That's what you get. Oh, it's ugly. Okay, let me do that again. Can you tell I don't like colorful shadows that need to be built up a lot? But now it's looking cute, so that's good. So the last eyeshadow we're going to talk about is from my Psyche's Box palette. This shadow rolled in last month, and yeah, it's the only pan that I have in my Pandos eyeshadows. There's Fantasia right there. That's what rolled in last month, and look at that huge pan. It took 4 uses to hit pan. I hit pan on July 16th, and I used it 5 times though, just because I was enjoying the shadow. So the thing with this shadow and why I hit pan so quickly is that I already had a good dip in it. I used it quite a few times before. This formula is very powdery, and this color needs a lot of building up. Otherwise it looks kind of weird. It looks like something's up with your skin, you know? At least my skin color. When you put on just one wash of Fantasia and don't build it up, it looks off. But Fantasia was super fun to have. I did some fun color combos in my opinion. I paired this with some greens and experimented with that. I had so much fun having this in my project, even though it was such a short period of time. I am so thankful for it. It was a lot of fun. All of my rainbow looks I did had all of my Pandos eyeshadows in them except that one. So let me swatch Fantasia for you on my other hand. So this formula really, it feels buttery. When I touch it, it's like it's so soft. It's this beautiful purple though. I forgot to mention, but my favorite look, the orangey and blue one, that one, my nephew, it made me feel so good. My oldest nephew, who's 4, he was like, that is so cool, and he just loved it. And the only thing he said was that he didn't like my lips, because I found out that he doesn't like brown lips. I show up with that eye and he's like, I love your eyes, but I don't like your lips. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I told him, but I like the brown. And he's like, okay. I like talking with kids about art things because they will just tell you their opinion. And it feels really good when they say, whoa, I love that. So that was his favorite look, and that was one of mine even before I showed up over there. Anyways, these are staying in. What a fun color story still. Love that this is my color story. and this is rolling out. So what I've done the past 2 updates is I've been selecting my roll-ins from palettes that have either one pan in them or no pans in them. And I still have 2 palettes in my collection that I can choose from. And those 2 palettes are the Kaleidos Futurism Neon palette. So this could roll in. And the other palette is e.l.f. and J.Kiss's collaboration, the To the Rescue palette. So this could also roll in. So I'm going to randomize to see which palette will roll in, and then I'll randomize again to decide on the shadow. The minimum is going to be 1 and the maximum is going to be 2, which seems silly to like type in, but this is my life. I have the minimum and max is 2. We'll see what happens. 2. Oh my gosh, I didn't tell. Wait. I didn't tell you which one's going to be first. Okay, all other updates I've said which one's going to be like number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, but I'm going to go based off which one I talked about first. So I mentioned this one first as being a possibility and this one as being the second possibility. So I'm going to say that this one rolled in. There are 18 shadows in this palette, and let's see what rolls in. So the minimum will be 1, the max will be 18, and we'll roll it in. It does that. I don't think, wait, did it? No, it didn't roll. It didn't animate the roll. Okay, number 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, that beautiful blue. This is cannoli. So let's swatch. Cannoli is right there. And it's just really standing out right now. This will be great in rainbow looks. Because this palette rolled in last update, I've been also getting more use out of this palette. So I've been using The Mask, Life on Mars, Subterranean. So I've been gravitating towards those blues, and in the Strawberry Dream palette, I gravitated towards those blues as well. So it's actually pretty great that that blue is in my project. It might take a while to hit pan, but it's fitting in with what I've been grabbing from other palettes for my looks. So that's exciting. I'm pumped. I'm a little pumped. Yeah. I can definitely pair cannoli with Stargaze and try to do a look like that. But I could do some really cool green and blue combos, I think, with this color story. I got Cuba and Stargaze, Cannoli, and Horizon, which are all different variations on the green-blue spectrum. Almost forgot my pan percentage. This is new for me. I've just started to document my pan percentage. So because I have 2 new pans from these projects, my pan percentage went up from 16% to 16.66%. So I have 50 eyeshadows with pan out of 300. Yeah. I think that's right. Yeah, I don't know, whatever, I don't know. And I'm still enjoying these projects and these videos. I appreciate everyone who comments and likes and everything like that. Really appreciate everyone. Thank you so much for sticking around. And yeah, I'm really grateful for everything that I get. I hope you enjoyed this update. I hope you are doing well and taking care of yourself mentally and physically. And have a great time out there. Do something fun. Bye.